Well, this is one of our 3 houses. So there's Spotswood Community House, Altona North Community House, this is Joan Kerner House. And the reason it's Joan Kerner House, it's the old courthouse, and Joan Kerner, first woman Premier of Victoria, she was instrumental in ensuring that we got this place as part of Williamstown Community Education Centre. And the interesting anecdote is that this is 14 Thompson Street. And Joan Kerner used to live at 114 Thompson Street, just down the road here. So sometimes we got mail for her and she got mail for us. So she'd drop in all the time and make sure I was doing a good job. Since we got the place, we do a lot of stuff here. We've got 11 computer classes, we've got English language classes. We run skills for education and employment, this is for unemployed people, adult migrant educational programs. We've got, this is an issue, we've got form support, helping people do online forms or bringing in citizenship papers, and Lara in the office helps people with this. About 20 different programs at this centre, everything from yoga, acting, flower arranging, boating, you name it, we've got everything.
The beginnings of the community outreach, as its first name, started with a subcommittee at North Williamstown, because there were a lot of baby boomer mums like myself who had never been at home before looking after children. They wanted to socialise, they wanted to meet other people, they wanted to do things. And so North Willie had this little subcommittee that started running programs.
People got together, they talked, they became friends, and they learnt new things because of the centre. It is a part of a good role in those days.
I was a secondary school teacher, but then when I had kids, I thought it's time for a change, and I looked for a local job. And because I love community, I love being involved with people, and the community centre at that stage was across the road from where I live, so it was a win-win. All right,
Thank you so
good.
much.
I'm glad you enjoyed the class, Jenny.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, very interesting.
Good. That's okay, don't worry. All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Have a
See
good
you.
day.
A new student. That's what I do every day. I have students come who, she's lived in Australia for 13 years, not confident with English. Her daughter's now started primary school, so she wants to get out and learn what happens in the community, and learning English is really important for that.
We had some amazing people come to English as a second language classes, adult literacy classes, real characters, many, and many wonderful stories and memories there.
This is the special girl for the group. Right, traditional costume. She's the worst in the group. She drives me crazy all the time. Right?
Don't talk.
And we can't
They're gonna
stop.
cut off.
And this one here, this one is the princess of everybody. All you.
93.
Just see, she's 93, that's what I say. And she still come computer class. Have a look at her, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, have a look. She's still doing English twice a week, plus computer. So
We
she
had
got
to do something.
three days a week, she just studies.
Yes, I'm very busy. Very busy. Yeah.
Not bad for 93, huh?
Well, you got to come back when I'm 100, you know, so.
In 2002, somebody recommended us to come here to Williamstown Community Education Centre. It gave me opportunity as an adult to learn English, basic computer, meeting friends, different nationalities, and also build up my confidence. It's really, really important. I got friends, I got lots of friends from my culture, but in here I learned a lot about another culture, And this is really very, very important to me.
When the first centre was opened back in 1974, they were located at this venue, which was 3 Freya Street in Williamstown. The centre then relocated into 139 Melbourne Road, which was on the corner of Freya Street, so we didn't move very far at all. Initially, the centre, when it first opened, was called Outreach Community Centre. It changed over time and became Williamstown Community Education Centre, and as part of that new centre we needed more space, we needed to relocate. So with the help of Joan Kerner and our local politicians, we wrote lots of submissions, and Joan Kerner was very instrumental in helping that relocation here to happen, and as such we decided to dedicate this house and name it after her. So this is a day of the opening with Joan Kerner, and Steve Brax, who was also our local member, actually opened the centre on the day. So that's 15 years ago now, quite a long time ago now. Having childcare in the early days, it was something that really brought families into the centre, and you know, it might be a mum who was stuck at home and frustrated having her first child, etc., and the community centre offered them more than just childcare. So they'd come through the doors and they'd always stop and have a cuppa, and we'd talk to them about other programs that we offered.
I knew about the Williamstown Community Education Centre because it was just up the road, and I was working a freelance writer and teaching writing at Victoria University. So I needed somebody to look after the kids while I was doing those sorts of things, while my partner was mainly working full-time. I would take our 2 eldest children, Hannah and Jessie, up to the corner on Freya Street there.
Judy was one of our beloved childcare workers for our 3 children.
Yes.
There's Doris.
Is that Doris?
Yes, that's Doris. So
Right.
That's the famous Doris's house. Yeah, in the childcare room. We were just looking at a picture of Judy.
Judy,
And remembering how lovely, how much our kids loved coming into
Judy Pat Doris.
Judy Pat Doris, which they actually called Doris's house.
Because I was disabled, a lot of childcare centres at the time would not probably accepted her. Hey, they made her so welcome, and she learned how to play with other children and express herself as well. So she had a great time being in the sandpit. That's me. That's my wife, Judy. She used to love it. That she used to go down the street and the kids were growing up and say, "Oh, hello, Judy." So she's well known around the area.
A lot of our photos are us with food, socialising, having good times together. That's Judy, Millie, Jill and myself, with a weird hairstyle, but it's many years ago. This is another early one. We used to have classes at the Altona Library. This gentleman from China, I've still got, he came to visit us maybe 5 years ago, so that contact is still ongoing. A lot of our other programs relate to people with disabilities. We got funding and we worked closely with the Williamstown Sailing Club. We did a program for people who had disabilities learning to sail, so they had special yachts, they had instructors, and once a week they all went out sailing.
We're fortunate we had Jill Bilson and Lynn Hewitt, who both supported people with disabilities. As a result of probably my daughter and a few others there, they started having weekly disco nights. It served a need in the community at the times because there wasn't much around in those days for people with disabilities. And that's where the community centre played a very good role.
The one I didn't want to have a look at, man with a bow tie at the debutante ball. In 2000, I think it was, I was asked to MC the debutante ball at the Williamstown Town Hall. Back then, I wasn't especially a public speaker. I can't dance and I don't dance. I saw other people up there dancing. I thought, really, I really should be up there. And it was a fleeting appearance on the dance floor, I must say.
One of the highlights was the Deb Ball. Mainstream kids just take all these things for granted, but if you've got a disability, these guys are forgotten. We got funding from Mobile Refinery. Hobsons Bay City Council helped out. The actual participants spent weeks and weeks learning to dance, doing the training, getting all their moves down pat.
Yeah, they're all dressed up and they look fantastic. Well, everyone in the black, the black suits and their bow ties and the girls. Trish loved it. She loved to get them dressed up. She loved getting their hair done.
The town hall was packed, and if you know Williamstown Town Hall, to have that full of people, and they were all there for this special night for these very, very special people.
It's the support. They gave my daughter. It was companionship. It was genuine love from everybody attached to the centre. They were great days, very good days.
My neighbour, I got a neighbour, and she said to me, "Oh, Danica, I'm really proud of you. You're going to school to learning English. I don't really know nothing. When I have to go to see a doctor, I can't understand and makes me nervous." And even sometimes she asked me something about phone, to help her delete it or something, and she's very grateful, yeah. And she said, "I wish I did that." Reading, writing, and that basic computer, it means world for me.
I think having such resources on your doorstep, quite literally on your doorstep, is really special. We can't afford to take these things for granted because you never know when they might be taken away. Judy and Doris and Pat were terrific with our kids, and I'm sure they were with all the others. Nothing was too hard. The kids always came home happy, as far as I can recall. I don't think they ever dragged their feet about going there. And I think that's a pretty special quality for those three, and I know there are others there as well. So I'd certainly like to thank them for, their role in bringing up our children. Yeah.
There is always a place for community and community centres, and the more places like this that we have, the more involved and accepted a range of people will be.
It's vital for the vulnerable. I mean, we're quite comfortable, so for people who can't sort of access formal tertiary education or whatever, or more expensive childcare, these places, they don't just fill the gap, they sort of make the space. Yeah.
Well, the centre becomes part of your family, and my kids have been here and they've done things here as well, and I see the families of the people who come here and their kids grow up and watch them and how their lives change and how being involved in a place like this has impacted, because I think that's where my heart truly lies, is working with students and people who are trying to get some basic skills and learn about fitting into our local community.
The people that came that had great difficulties, the people that came that were amazingly skilled, that offered and volunteered their services, it was very special. And living in the community, so you saw those people around when you were shopping, and it was a wonderful job.
I'm very proud of myself to come and meet all those beautiful people, and I really love Williamstown Community Education Centre.
I just hope that the centre keeps on going for many years to come.
I'm extremely proud to work here. It's very hard work, but extremely rewarding, and I think I'm extremely fortunate to have the position I've got. Looking at the past 50 years, I'd like to think that, like this documentary itself, will be something that's shown in 50 years from now and 100 years. I think there'll always be a need. I think there'll always be people wanting, not only learning, but the social side of things and that engagement with others. I sometimes think, what would these people be doing if they weren't here? Might not be this building, might be different buildings, but I can't see any reason why the next 50 years can't be as most successful as this 50 years. And I wish I could be around in 50 years to see what it's like and watch the documentary in 50 years from now. So, is that all right?
That was beautiful.
Okay.
Perfect.